Hey guys, it's day 2 of the Cannonball. We're in Binghamton, New York. Both the bikes made it. Yesterday, as you guys remember, the update was that we had flat tires on the SS100, or flat tire, 3 or 4 blowouts.
Yeah.
And the SS80 made it through just fine. So today, I realized that Chris, who'd been staying up all night working on the bikes, was going to get a chance to ride before I blew it up.
Yay.
That wasn't the truth of it. I realized that I could blow it up on the second day. So I begged Chris, even though he didn't have much sleep, to ride, and he rode 240 miles today?
251.42 miles.
251.42 miles. He wants credit for all of it. Right?
Yeah.
Was it any fun?
I had a great time. Yeah,
He's shivering. You can't tell from the camera.
Freezing my ass off, but I had a really good time.
But
Bike did good.
car ran real good.
Bike ran real good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great just seeing all the other guys from the Cannonball along the way.
How many did you pass?
Every one of them.
Yeah, that's what I would pass a bunch and then realize I had time, so I'd stop, take a photo, get a coffee to whatever, and then catch up and pass them again. And I'm thinking, man, are they getting mad at me because I keep passing them? So on the Cannonball, it's fair to say, even the Cannonballer, our fellow Cannonballers will watch this, most of the bikes here aren't as fast as these bikes. In fact, I'd venture to say these are the fastest bikes on the whole Cannonball. And most people don't know it until we pass them, and then they realize it.
The Hendersons are pretty fast, but I think the SS101 would leave them behind.
Yeah, the Hendersons are pretty quick, but I know for a fact that this is the quickest bike here. Yeah. So overhead valve, it's pretty advanced. So come in here tight, Laser. Let's talk about the casualties of the day. What happened?
So today, the SS80, the biggest casualty is we lost our latch for the gas cap.
This is a gas cap. This is oil. This is your oil feed for the top end. It's a total loss system, as you can prime it and then you can set it to change the oil as it drips into the top end. This piece looks exactly like that, and that nut came loose, which means that nut's in the gas tank, and we lost this thing. We'll rig up something. In fact, I bet you money, yeah, we can make something work.
We'll make something work.
Because gas just leaks out of this.
But aside from that, some minor tuning, sorting.
Yeah, so you said you wanted to change the jetty and the carb. It's running a little hot, it's running a little lean. It means the engine's not getting quite enough gas. And you want to check the valve lash again, check the clearances.
Yeah, going from Texas where it was tuned to run at 100 degrees and now it's 50 degrees.
Yeah, it's
Need
cold.
to make some changes.
He wore my Gore-Tex jacket and said he froze his ass off all day. So Paul Doleon, the vintage gent, was riding this bike today, and at some point he just ditched you and took off?
About 75 miles ago.
75 miles ago?
The second time he ditched me. The first time was about 5 miles into the day.
Paul, I normally ride with Paul, and if anybody else has ridden with Paul, he tends to just roll and leave your ass in the dust.
But the scariest part was, so as soon as we took off, the front tire was at 30 PSI, the back was at 40. That's the lowest we've run these tires.
Not knowing.
Not knowing.
True. Yeah.
And he immediately was going 70 miles an hour plus, which scared the shit out of me. But he made it.
Because you're imagining him in front of you just skipping down the road.
Yeah.
Sliding.
Yeah, it would have ruined my day, really.
Yeah, we stayed with the truck and trailer in the town that we started with for a good 30 minutes, 40 minutes, as I was like putting the decals on the truck and trailer, stalling, thinking that at any moment you're going to call me and tell me to come get you guys because you had another blowout. Because the furthest we'd gone with these new tires that Chris had to install was like 10 miles without having a blowout. We had 4 blowouts.
4
blowouts. No one got hurt in the 4. So what did you do? Describe what you did to make, these are clincher tires, and maybe we could throw in a graphic at some point. He's behind you here. Yeah, maybe we could throw in a graphic at some point so you can see how a clincher tire works. But it's a very different mount. The way this holds into the rim. We've got a lip on these so that it grips really well. The tire grips to the rim. And here that wasn't working. And so what we figured out was what was going wrong. Causing our blowouts.
What was going wrong is this bike has too much power, but the rim was slipping inside of the tire because it wasn't secured. The tire wasn't secured onto the rim.
And when it did that, then the valve stem, it's stuck through the rim, would catch, cause a puncture, and you'd have a blowout.
Yeah,
so what'd you do?
Other bikes can get away with it. So what we did is we stripped all the, basically brushed the inside of the rim to make it really rough and coarse.
For grip.
And then we applied contact cement to the tire and the rim. So we glued the tire to the rim, and then we also drilled and added screws so the tires glued and screwed to the rim.
So kind of the same way drag cars might, or off-road trucks that like run really low pressures, he essentially screwed the tire to the wheel, and you've got a tube inside that's inflating it, so that there's not a real seal issue with it. Anyway, but it worked.
Yeah. It allowed us to run lower pressures. So clincher tires, high tire pressure is what holds the tire against the rim and holds it in place. And the risk is with high pressure, you have a blowout. And since you don't have a safety bead to hold the tire in place, it'll come off the rim, lock up the tire, and end really badly.
Did you stay with 30 in the front?
And stayed with 30 in the front.
Okay. Well, great.
Yeah, and
I'm glad.
As soon as I caught up to Paul, I double checked, loosened the valve stem, double checked and made sure that the tube hadn't rotated.
Twisted, yeah.
And it's good.
And then this was a pannier. It was attached to the back. If you look, you can see its sister over here. This came off. Paul, who was going the speed of sound, did not notice that it popped off. So Chris, apparently you just saw it in the middle of the road?
Yeah, it was standing on end just off the side of the road.
And you just spotted it,
stopped. Yeah, I was like, oh, that's a cool looking vintage suitcase. Did that say Brough Superior on it?
Yeah, it's a little nicked up now, but hey, I'm surprised. It actually is wood. I thought it was made of paper.
Me too.
So the nuts just backed off, actually. Surprisingly. So that can be fixed. That's a pretty minor day, really. I mean, seriously, I didn't expect you guys to make it 20 miles with this, so I was stoked. Yeah, that's great.
Me too.
Well, so tomorrow it's going to rain its ass off, and there's a pretty good chance I'm going to wuss out on riding because it's a safety issue, and these bikes are really, really expensive. I'd really rather not wreck one, but we will make a decision in the morning. Okay. I mean, it's cold. If it's 45 degrees and it's raining, and you're riding this naked bike, Cannonball's fun. We're not here to win, if you can't tell. There's points. We get points deducted because we share riders, and that's not really important to us. We're here for the challenge. If Laser could ride, he said he would.
Let's teach him.
Laser's into torture, apparently. I didn't even know this about him. Huh. All right, that's it, guys. That's the end of day 2. We're gonna go get some food and some cocktails, and Chris is gonna work on the bikes.
No, you're working on it today. I get to ride.
Yeah, okay. I'll do it. I know I will.
I'm gonna go to bed.
You're a pig in shit. That's what we were talking about earlier. Last night. He's like, no, he was just gonna keep going all night.
No, I would have stopped.
Like, comment, subscribe, follow us, tell us you love us, tell us you hate us. Thanks.